Folks at home, welcome back to the Backyard Bass Pond, and we are going to be micro fishing for a new pet crappie. This has actually turned into a series. This is the fourth part of it. In the first part, we went looking for a crappie, but we caught our smallest pet bass, Moby. That's the smallest bass I've ever caught in my life. He's going to fit right in. He's not so small anymore. We've raised him up into a young adult bass. On our second trip, we went out and we caught McCoy. Look at him, he's definitely another Moby, eating minnows, half the size of him. And then on our last trip, we finally caught a crappie. And we put him in our backyard pond, and his name is Outlaw. Now we'll give you an update on all of our other pets, including Moby and all the turtles later in this video, but we're about to get those micro rods rigged up and hit the water. Bad news, folks, there's some extreme flooding in the Mobile Delta right now. The boat ramp is closed and completely underwater. This car looks like it's taking on water. I'm thinking somebody hooked a chain up to it and drug it out of the parking lot. Someone might want to come and get this car. But this dude's loading his boat right here off the highway. I think this water's too high and dirty. I'm going to go find some cleaner water. Some of you guys may recognize this spot. If you watched our pond build video, this is where Greg the pond guy dove down to get our lilies for the pond. I told him there were alligators in there. He didn't seem to mind. Got him! Alright, with the rivers flooded, the back of the creeks are about the only spot that I know to fish that have clean water. This is Dennis Creek right here, and so we're going to try fishing right here around the spillway and back up in the creek a little bit. Ooh, old snake right there. Just about stepped on him. Well, folks, I really like this spot, and man, that looks fishy. We got clear water, but the fact that there's a snake right up under that log is keeping me from going any further down here. So I'm gonna back out and go try to find some clear water somewhere else. Alright folks, look at these heavy hitters. We got the ice fishing rods. We got little small underspins, beetle spins, little shad baits that should do the trick. I got Liz out here with us.
I got my little coffee cup.
She's got her little coffee cup. Everything is micro in this video. So we're looking for either an old Alabama black crappie or a big bluegill like Sheriff. And they have fish feeders here at this lake. We never fish for these species, but I've seen these feeders go off, and there's some big bluegills, it looks like, coming up and eating. So micro fishing for a new pet part 632 has begun. All right, let's see what the casting distance looks like on this thing. Oh yeah, we can definitely make that work. Put a lot of action on it. That looks so funny, Liz. Watching you
throw the whole thing in the water.
Watching you throw that tiny rod after watching you land so many big bass over the years. Let's see your casting distance. You go the overhand. Oh, she's got way more range than I do. All right, folks. Halftime adjustment. We are not catching anything. I thought, you know, that's kind of expected whenever we're out crappie fishing. I'm probably one of the world's worst crappie fishermen, but I mean, a dang bluegill, we can't even get one of those to bite. We've caught a couple small bass. Might have to bust out the old cane pole and cricket. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Got it. Oh, that's a good one too. Big boy. Yes, sir, that's a big one. Dang, I found a little trick. Man, he's colorful. Just like Sheriff, just fat as could be. When you can put your thumb in a bluegill's mouth, giant bluegill. All right, buddy. I think you're coming to the BamaBass pond. All right, folks, I finally found out where they're hanging out around these boat docks out here, and they're not biting artificial bait at all. So we're dropping some of the best bluegill bait you could ever find. Good old white bread. We're dropping it off on a tiny little hook right down here off these boat slips. Seems to be getting it done. Liz thinks this is the 1 pounder cast right here. Uh-oh. Somebody bit the big bread. Oh, yeah. All right. All right, me and Liz both got one. Got one? Ooh. Big, and this is definitely the biggest one yet. Come on back over here, buddy, where we can see you. Jeez, that is a giant. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That, and he's pretty, Liz. He's got those, kind of that sunfish color that you like. Yep. I believe that one is coming to join the BamaBass pond. Liz loves that sunfish because those colors will get real orange. She's been wanting to catch a little one for the 300-gallon aquarium. That's pretty awesome right there. Alright folks, here's the first one. Man, he's pretty. His colors have darkened up a little bit. You can still see that sunfish look on him. Here we go. Shot off. He went over to the Clyde cave. Let's see if we can get a look at him. I think Clyde's gonna have him a new buddy, because he's hanging out down there in the cave. Got Bonnie hanging out over here. And if you're wondering what all this stuff floating is, that's the pollen seeds. Welcome to Sweet Home Alabama. Look at there, Clyde came out of his cave. I don't guess he likes the new pet. Alright, let's go ahead and get the other one. Alright, there's a good look at the second one. Still pretty colors. Not as pretty as that first one, but they're big like Sheriff. He took a quick fall. Oh, there he is. Right up under that rock. Just hanging out. Yep. There's a good look at the other one. Checking out his new hole. Look at all the golden shiners he's going to have to eat in there. We just stocked them up, so they got all the food they could want. Got the bass down there checking them out. Well folks, y'all know the deal. We let you all name all of our pets, so leave a comment down below. Since these two are a duo, we caught them at the same spot, put them in on the same day. I recommend some kind of a partnership or pair type name for them. If we end up picking the name that you suggest, we'll send you out a prize package. You can also go check them out on our underwater cams at BamaBass Pond. That's our other YouTube channel. Also, you see how Bonnie and Clyde are hanging out together? That rarely ever happens. In the next video, we're going to talk about how we're setting up these spawning mats in hopes to get Bonnie and Clyde to actually spawn this year. And this will be the first fry that we've ever gotten from them. Alright guys, if you're new to the channel, this is our 300-gallon aquarium, and this is the bass, the myth, the legend, Moby. Hands down the most aggressive bass on planet Earth. Here's our dilemma. So Moby is basically outgrowing this 300-gallon aquarium. Not only that, he's lonely being the only fish in here. So I'm kind of thinking it's time to move him to the pond. One thing I'm really worried about is something's probably going to die when I put him in the pond. It could be one of the bluegills that we have in the pond because Moby tries to eat everything in sight, or it could even be Moby for trying to eat a bluegill that's too big for him to digest. We also have bigger bass than him with Bonnie, so you never know how things are going to work out, but I have a feeling Moby is definitely going to mix it up. He's not one to just get in there and get along with the crowd. But even though we've raised this fish since he was basically just a minnow, and he feels kind of like a kid to me, I feel like it's time to release him back into the wild, put him in the pond, and just let nature play its course. So if you think that we should put Moby in the pond, leave a comment down below saying put Moby in the pond. If I get enough of you guys that want to see it, we're going to make it happen, and then we may turn this 300-gallon aquarium into something cool like a micro tank or something like that. Alright, now it's time to check in on the pet turtles. This is our pet turtle Ranger. Now that winter's gone, he's back out to sunning on the logs. He loves to get out in the middle of the day up on the logs and rocks, but he's definitely the most active pet in the pond. He is constantly going around looking for food, chasing shiners. That's why that name Ranger fits him perfectly. And here's a look at our 5 baby Ninja Turtles. They are growing like weeds. We're about to have to build them a pond in the backyard, and we mentioned this in one of the previous videos, and you guys gave us a lot of good ideas. So you're going to be seeing a lot more about that turtle pond and these 5 turtles in upcoming videos. Alright folks, that's going to wrap up this video, but be sure you're subscribed because this is the year that we're going to get Bonnie and Clyde to spawn. The next video is going to be talking all about these new spawning mats and techniques that I think are really going to get them to give us our first ever baby bass fry. But I hope y'all enjoyed this one, and we will see you all next time.
Bonnie and Clyde were pretty looking people, but I can tell you people, they were the devil's children.